the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Vakile. As more National Guard troops arrive in the district, the authenticity of DC's crime numbers is under a microscope. The Justice Department now investigating whether DC police fudged crime numbers to make the city look safer. This is according to the Associated Press. Sources tell the Washington Post the federal probe led by the U.S. Attorney's Office in DC could go beyond the police commander and examine the actions of other local officials. President Trump posting on social media about the federal probe, accusing local officials of reporting fake crime data.
Yeah, MPD data has been showing violent crime is down, but the police union says those numbers don't match what officers see on the streets. The investigation could have major implications for the federal push to take over DC's police force. DC News Now has reached out to DC Police Department and the Mayor Bowser's office for comment.
And we have team coverage this afternoon on DC's takeover. DC News Now's Randy Bass spoke to college students returning to the district with increased police presence. But
first, let's head out to DC News Now's Marielle Carbone. Marielle, the scope of the latest arrest are raising some concerns for local leaders.
Yeah, Mark and Tosin, looking at the arrest data over the last week and a half, we know that about half of those people were illegal immigrants. Now, we know that the federal government is also pushing MPD to work more closely with ICE and cooperate with them. This focus, as opposed to just violent crime, is what is raising some concerns for our elected officials. 2 days after ICE posted this video on social media showing agents ripping an anti-ICE poster down in Mount Pleasant.
Mine. We're taking America back, baby.
New signs take its place as neighbors change their daily habits.
I'm not using DoorDash because I don't want to be the reason someone makes a delivery to me and gets picked up by ICE.
George Kerr says he saw agents detain a man Saturday morning.
An individual who was speaking Arabic, and they shackled him like he was a terrorist.
The focus of the crackdown now raising some concerns.
The focus should be on violent crime. If this is really about immigration enforcement, I think the administration should make that plain.
According to data from the White House, of the 308 arrests made between August 7th and the 16th, 135 people were identified as illegal immigrants, or 44%. Last night,
there were a total of 52 arrests, including the arrest of an illegal alien MS-13 gang member.
It doesn't seem to have a lot to do with public safety.
Michael Perloff is a senior staff attorney with the ACLU and says it's important to know your rights.
You have the right to a lawyer. You have the right to remain silent.
For non-citizens stopped,
government officials can ask to see your immigration papers. So if you have those and you're asked to present them, you need to provide them.
If detained, he says you should be aware of what's happening. Take mental notes. As for bystanders,
they have First Amendment rights to record the police.
Now, of the illegal immigrants that were arrested, it's unclear how many of them were arrested strictly for their immigration status. The White House saying that of those people, that their charges ranged from assault, kidnapping, burglary, and more. Reporting live in Northwest DC, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you for breaking that down for us. And new today, the State Department has revoked over 6,000 student visas since the start of President Trump's second term. The State Department says visas were revoked for overstays and violating the law. Most of that was for assault, DUI, burglary, and support for terrorism. Now, this focus on foreign students has caused some to reconsider coming to the United States for college and looking at other countries for higher learning.
And Tosin, right now, DC's student population really settling back into the area after a summer being away, and obviously some students on campus here for the very first time.
And the DC that they are coming back to looks very different under President Trump's executive order and police takeover.
We find DC News Now's Randy Bass. He's near the George Washington University in Foggy Bottom this afternoon. Randy, you talked with students across the district today. How are they feeling right now?
Yes, a lot of mixed feelings from students across DC right now. Many of them, of course, excited to get back here to the city, to their DC college campuses, but not entirely unaware of what's going on, both inside and outside their university bubbles, with that increased federal law enforcement presence on the street. A different start to the traditional DC college experience.
I went to this one party and it got shut down by the FBI, so a little bit nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie.
Federal law enforcement, the National Guard, and the DC Police Department now under President Trump's executive order, out in full force cracking down on crime across the district, including college campuses and their neighborhoods. Freshman Jeremiah Ayala says he's trying to enjoy his early days at Howard University.
It has been really nice, but I would be lying to say that I wasn't nervous walking the streets alone or at night or anything like that. Even if I am with a group of people, I'd be lying to you if I said that I was completely just like, oh yeah, you know, everything's gonna be fine.
Other students feeling empowered.
I feel like a lot of people are very confused about it, but they're also very passionate about it. They're very ready to make a change. They're very vocal about it.
And across town in Foggy Bottom, recent efforts to clear homeless encampments and an added law enforcement presence. Students are noticing at George Washington University.
As a newcomer, I can kind of feel it. And, you know, I'm just a bit wary, you know, just because at the end of the day, like, I want to do good stuff, you know. I know I'm a vocal person. I just don't want to get caught up in the wrong places.
It's like not really impeding daily life, at least for me at this point.
Now, the National Guard says it is planning to patrol metro stations here in the district, about 10 of them. That includes this one right here, the Foggy Bottom GW station. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. You can see our full continuing coverage of the federal takeover of the DC Police on our website. You'll find the many reactions to President Trump's actions and what DC families can expect moving forward, and a breakdown of violent crime statistics. Just go to dcnewsnow.com and click on the DC Takeover tab. All right, let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a first look at our forecast.
Damon, it was another temperature-wise not a bad day out there. What is this thing that we're going through right now?
You guys are gonna be shocked, but I almost pulled out a jacket. I was this close.
Me too. I threw one in my back seat just in case.
Yep, because it's been like fall out there today. I mean, these same clouds, the same easterly winds that gave us a gray, cool, damp day on Monday, they didn't let up as we've been throughout the day today, and there you go. A thick overcast remains over the entire region. Now, we can see the edge of the sunshine just west of us, even a little bit more north of us as you go into Pennsylvania, but here in the DMV, no sunshine to be found, and that really has had an impact once again. Temperatures across the board pretty much in the 70s, more so leaning into those lower 70s this afternoon, and that is a solid 15, even 20 degrees below where we typically should be on an August afternoon at this time of the month. So as we move on here, folks, the rest of this evening, I mean, we aren't going to see any sort of major changes. The temperatures stay cool. There has been patchy drizzle out there throughout the day, so you could see a little more of that very light rainfall, making things damp as we wrap things up here on this Tuesday. But finally, some changes in store as we head into the day on Wednesday. What should we be ready for as we transition over into the second half of the week? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. We'll check in with you soon. Developing now in Prince George's County, police looking for a truck connected to a deadly hit and run. Investigators say they're looking for this blue Ford F-150 on your screen. They say the truck hit 45-year-old Damian Wilson. It happened on Shell Street and Bellings Avenue at about 8 p.m. in Capitol Heights. Wilson died on the scene. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
And take a look at your screen. The U.S. Marshal Service, they're looking for 19-year-old Abdul Jabril Cooper. They say that the D.C. man allegedly raped someone last September at Penn State Abington campus. Now, investigators at the school say that they offered Cooper the opportunity to surrender himself, but Cooper has declined. Anyone with information is asked to call the TIPS hotline. That's 1-866-865. That's TIPS 8477.
A jury convicted a MS-13 gang member for an execution-style shooting in the woods in Montgomery County. Edgar Castro Contreras will spend life in prison for killing 20-year-old Edvin Augustin Leon and injuring another man. This was November 2022. Investigators say both men were led into the woods on Piney Branch Road in Silver Spring, and they were both shot. Augustin Leon died. The other man was able to get help after he played dead. State's Attorney John McCarthy spoke on that sentencing today.
A member of the Hispanic Latino community, and you are being victimized or terrorized by MS-13. They have no safe harbor in Montgomery County. If you want to live the way you want your families to live, with the kind of safety that you want for your families, you've got to cooperate with us.
Police say a total of 5 gang members were involved.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters. New polling shows the race for Virginia's governor is tightening. The latest polling from Roanoke College shows that if Virginia's gubernatorial election were held today, 46% of Virginians would vote for the Democrat Abigail Spanberger, while 39% would vote for Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears.
Republicans, this is a sign that the team really needs to get its act together. This is a warning sign. When you think about early voting in Virginia starting in about a month, you can see that the runway for the Republican campaign statewide to get airborne is really, really short.
It's a similar story in the race for Lieutenant Governor and Attorney General. Both Democrats have a 3-point lead. Early voting for this fall's election begins on September 19th. Former Washington Wizards superstar John Wall is officially calling it a career as the 11-year NBA veteran has announced his retirement. The 34-year-old played most of his career with the Wizards after they made him the first pick in the 2010 draft out of the University of Kentucky. The 5-time All-Star, who hasn't played in the past 2 seasons, finishes his NBA career averaging nearly 19 points and 9 assists a game.